I'm working on a tune today, gang. Hello. And I thought I might write this tune in front of you, but I've just been doing a terrible job, and confusion reigns in what I've done so far. But maybe you'd be interested in how this all started. I thought it'd be nice to write a tune in front of you again, because I did that once, and a friend of mine I saw this weekend was telling me they enjoyed that. So I pointed my camera at the sheet of paper, but it ended up becoming this kind of a mess. And that's just the first part. So I thought I'd tell you my story and leave you with a challenge today as well. But my goodness, my first thoughts this morning were, okay, I think I'll write a tune in front of everybody. I sat out on the porch for a little bit, trying not to have any preconceived ideas. And funnily, you can't help but be listening to birds, cars, and all of them are giving you ideas about, should I play a lot of the same note? Should it be more warbly? Should it go descending, ascending, depending on which direction the cars are coming? And, your head becomes full of ideas. So when I sat down to do this, and I'm only not doing it in front of you because I just couldn't, my head couldn't handle it. I kept changing all the time, including that I decided to do this tune and make it a hornpipe. And all it took was one of those like Scottish dittas that suddenly I realized that it had to be more in the Scottish feel. And so I've been all over the map, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to talk over and you can see this sheet of paper, but I'm also just going to play how it can be really tough to decide what you're doing. So I'm just going to read through with my fiddle the directions that this went. So first I was thinking hornpipe, and I went. So that was going to be my beginning, and I just kind of wrote that really fast. I did originally go a different direction with those last two notes, the A to the F, and then I was going. And so that the way in from the second measure was. And I still kind of like that. I may have to go back to it, but I thought at some point that maybe that's a little bit strange going into that third measure. Of course, if somebody's playing the chords, it wouldn't be strange. But I changed it over to this instead of going. So kind of going to an F chord there, but instead went. And went to a G instead. And I think it was there when I went dum, dum, and I didn't want to really go. I just wanted to go up. And then I went, wow, maybe it's not a straight ahead Irish hornpipe at all. And maybe it's Scottish. And so I went back. So instead of going. Two. So you can see that the flavor of it just started changing like crazy. And then, yeah, and I think this is why I abandoned the idea of showing what I did live, is that the minutia just gets really crazy. So I came to here. So I ended up, I think, using the C. So I went, but it could be a B flat. If it's with the C. But it also could be an E. And interestingly, if I use the E, I think I'm back in the Irish world, which is not a bad thing. But I wouldn't be settled at all yet. How is this going to go? So then I went back to the first part to continue the tune and decided to grab those two measures. I think I like this, but I've thought too that it could be 2 8 notes at the beginning, right? And then now I needed an ending. So my first ending was like this, and I'm reading it here, so. And when I tried that up to speed, I thought that was less than nice, and I started putzing around with it. So I started with, then I went, sorry. And I'm staring a hole through this paper, but I think the next thing was, so gang, I actually ended up suddenly having this thought. And when I played it up to speed, I had that little moment of just going, that's it, that's it. So I'm going to attempt with, again, this very messy sheet of many ideas to play this tune through for you. This is a first part. So didn't it end up being very Scottish in its feel? And I'm keep molding notes and changing notes. Undoubtedly, when you're writing tunes, these kinds of things will happen unless you're completely inspired and you're just writing the tune that is in your head. So let's see what we say to you next. Yes, so I think what I really want to do here is to say, I invite you to write a second part for this tune. And even a third part if you feel like, oh, you're not done. But I promise that I will not touch this and I will not have a think about what I would do with the second part at all, but give you a chance to go ahead and, if you like, give this a try. So that you'll play the first part and see where you go, where your head will go. And I think it might be very fun. We've done things before where we've said, or I've said, just go ahead and make up something, make it a jig, start on this note, play it in this key, or play it on one string, or play it on two strings. But maybe you would like the challenge of, here's a first part. And yes, the idea would be that you can do whatever you want. So whatever you want could be you stay in the same key and you go, you stay in the same sonic world there, or you go high, or you go low, and or you switch keys, and or yeah, you could do that. So this is what I'm going to leave you with this week, and yes, I'll make a little copy of this for you, and then if you send them in to me, I'd be very curious and delighted for anybody that would like to do it. So yes, it's a challenge, and I was just for yeah, I was listening to a very nice. I'm just going to throw this in that Frankie Gavin, the great fiddle player, did a lovely post last week. He has been having health problems, and I know there's a GoFundMe page for Frankie. And just to let you know that, but his post last week, he played a lovely tune, and it was a reminder again of how great his fiddling is and his imagination. So if you get a chance, go over to Frankie's Facebook page and listen to him playing a lovely old tune. And there, yeah, he's written some beautiful tunes. And so again, if you indeed want to take up this challenge, let's see what you do. Second part, this tune. There you go. Bye.